Alright guys, so welcome back to another one here. So got a late start today here. I've only got just a couple hours before it gets dark, but come out to the lake today here, and we're going to try for a few channel that are coming up to spawn. The water temperature right now is 82 degrees, and you know, we've had a whole week of 90 degrees, so the channel they should be up getting spawning, getting real close. So let me show you what I got here. I'm in the big boat today, and what I'm doing is I'm going along through here, and these fish will spawn on these rocks. So let me get moving here and we can show you on the side scan. So what I'm looking for is, you can see that rock to mud transition. Like there's a fish there, there's a fish there. So these fish are scattered out and they're just kind of staging out in the mud against the rocks, and the sun will warm the rocks and these fish will actually go up and spawn in the rocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my jugs and I'm going to throw them up right on that transition. So I'm running a line right here. I can see with my side scan that I'm about 27-28 feet away from that rock transition. The lake's real high right now, so we've got a lot of water over this riprap that surrounds this end of the lake. So I'm going to get some jugs baited up. We're going to chuck them out. And we're going to run, you know, about 5 or 6 foot deep. We're in about 9 feet of water sitting right here. We're going to run them, you know, right around 5 foot deep, right on that transition line. And we got a couple hours, and hopefully we put a few nice channel in the boat. All right, so I'm just getting all my jugs prepped here. I always like to set, like today I'm running 20 jugs, so I'm going to run like 2 sets of 10. But I always like to have the first 10 all kind of prepped, hanging off the side of the boat, baited up. That way I can just start the motor once and just you know, kind of go through there and chuck them all out. That way I'm not starting and stopping. But today, as you guys can see, I'm kind of out here more in the main lake. The last couple of weeks I've been back up in the coves fishing, but now I'm on these rock to mud transitions. So I'm out here in the main lake, so I'm dealing with quite a little bit more boat traffic from the pleasure boaters and just wind waves and stuff. So this is the nice thing about these adjustable jugs that I make. So you can see here the last couple of weeks I've been running just about 2.5, 3 foot deep, whereas today I'm going to be running about 4.5, 5. So all I need to do is just take this and adjust this jug down a little bit, and we'll set that depth right there. Quick and easy. Now we're running a good depth, as well as, due to the fact that we're out here where there's a lot more boat wake and everything else, I've been running a 3/8 or a ½ ounce weight. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to throw an additional 2 ounces of weight onto this jug. And now whenever I'm up in the shallows, I want that jug to move around a little bit and kind of drift around. But whereas where I'm fishing right here on this rock to mud transition, I want that jug to stay on that transition point, as well as I've got more wind wake, boat wake, everything else. So quick and easy, I can add that 2 ounces of weight. That'll keep this noodle, this jug, a little bit more secure in the spot, won't let it drift around quite as much. And then if I decide to fish shallow next week, I can just take it off, simple as that. For those of you guys that's new, I do have a video up on making these adjustable jugs. I'll leave it linked below. If you guys would, right now, take time, hit that like button. It really helps this channel, really helps these videos out. So anyway, I've got the first 10 set. I'm gonna cut bait real quick here, get them baited up, and then we'll start chucking them out down the shoreline here. All right, so I'm gonna cut this shad up here. I've got nice fresh cut shad. I was a little late getting to the party this evening, so I just went out and caught a bunch of shad real quick. It's real easy if you know how to use your electronics. If you guys would like to see a video on me showing you how to use your electronics to catch shad, hit that like button. Let me know that you guys want to see a video like that. It's pretty easy, and it can be super effective. So anyway, I'm gonna take this shad. This is roughly about a 4 or 5 inch shad. I don't mess with the tail. I like to cut that off. And then a shad like this, I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna get 3 good pieces out of it. Now with jug lines, I'm not crazy about using the head. On drifting and everything else, I do like to use the head, so I'm just gonna leave the head and the tail away. We'll get 3 good pieces out of this shad here. Cut the rest of this up, and then you can see those are about 1 by 1 pieces. You can use the heads if you want. You can leave the tails on if you want. It doesn't really matter. This is just my personal preference. just over the years of experience, I've kind of seen a little trend that, you know, whenever you pick up jugs, a lot of times the heads they don't get eaten, and that very well could be the fact that we deal with a lot of blue cat, or channel cats rather than blue cats. I don't know, but I've noticed a trend over the years, so I usually just leave the heads out. All right, so there's our cut bait, 1x1 squares. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bait this up for you guys because I think a lot of people struggle with circle hooks. You don't want to cover the hook point. So you can see there's a lot of hook gap there. This is a 5/0 hook. We want to leave as much hook opening as we can. So I'll just come into this piece of shad right there, hook right through there. You can see how much hook gap there is. Remove any scales on the point, and what's going to happen is whenever that fish sucks that bait in, that bait's going to turn and hook him right there. That's why you need that hook gap clear. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I'm gonna get the other ones baited up, and then we'll go down through here and chuck these jugs out. So we got our 2 ounces extra weight added onto our jugs. We got them all baited up, and now I'm ready to set them out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my side scan on my boat to help me hit that rock to transition point here. So you know, I'm running my side scan right now 80 foot out both sides, and I'm running it to where I've got the line markers. So what I'm showing here is I can see on the screen that rock transition is roughly 25 foot out to the side of the boat that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to judge 25 foot, you know, that's not very hard to do, and throw those jugs out right on that transition. So what this does is this gives you an opportunity to put your jugs in a good spot, and it's super easy just by using your electronics, one little feature. So we'll chuck that sucker out there about 25 foot right on that transition. And I'm going to keep these jugs running, I don't know, roughly 50-60 feet apart or so. Chuck them out there, good little bit. Coming a little closer, I can see that transition line it's about 16 foot right now. So I'll take this next jug and I won't throw it quite near as far. About 16 foot or so. Throw that out. There we go. You can see I've got pretty equal spacing here on these jugs. You can see the big boat behind me. He's going to come right in on me and buzz me. Pleasure boater, that's going to throw a big wake into these rocks, and that's why I added that 2 ounce weight. Instead of going out there in the main lake, he's going to try to buzz me and see what I'm doing. But you know, we can't say too much about him. We got to share the water. So we're looking 16, 18 feet. Throw that out there. Right on that transition. And like I said, guys, this is one of those things that, you know, you can kind of take this to one level or the next. You can just be the guy that goes out there and throws jugs out, or you can put a little bit of thought into this and put your stuff in good locations, and at the end of the day, you know, you have a cooler full of fish. I'm not saying that the random guy that throws out jugs isn't going to catch fish, but you know, there is something to be said about putting a little thought into what you're doing. And you know, this is a pretty simple way to do it. So like I said, there we go. I can see the transition. Throw that jug out. So what I've got working for me is here, the sun is behind me, so it's warming these rocks right now. The wind's blowing into this, what little bit of wind that's coming around this point. I can't be out on the main lake because it's too windy, but I got a little bit of wind, and I can see shad on the side scan. So I've got bait pushed up here. I've got the water temperature for spawning fish. I got a lot going for me on this set to try to help myself out. So we'll throw these jugs out and we'll see if we can't catch anything. All right, so I got my next 10 jugs out. So I've got 20 jugs out, and I've probably got a stretch of shoreline roughly half a mile or so covered, right on that rock to mud transition. So I just turned around and I can see there's a jug down here, and it's standing up and it's moving around. So we've got one fish. So that's a good sign. So we'll go up here and get him. But while we drift up through here, I'll talk a little bit here. A lot of you guys have been asking about trout lines versus jugs. So here's my thoughts on it. And so my background is, back in the day, I used to run a lot of trout lines. You know, as many as we could legally. I was running them every single day. I lived in fairly close proximity to a lake, a small lake, and you know, I did a good number of trout lining. So here's my thoughts on jug lining versus trout lining. Now, you have to remember, this is from a recreational standpoint, not a commercial guy. But if you're gonna be the guy that wants to go out and just go for a meat run, catch fish, I honestly feel like jug fishing is more efficient than trout lining, and here's why. So if you go out and you set a trout line, say you set a 25 hook trout line, that means that you've only got 25 hooks in, say, like a 100-foot stretch. Whereas right now I've got 20 hooks in half a mile stretch. Not only that, but a lot of times you'll get turtles that come in and they'll just play havoc on your line. So if you get a turtle that comes in on your trout line, cleans it out, you're done. Because 9 times out of 10, I mean, how you go about doing the trout lines is you'll set it, you may check it once during the day, and then you come back the next morning. Whereas with these jug lines, I'm running through them, I'm checking them every half hour. So if they don't have bait on them, I'm rebaiting them. It's just an efficiency thing. I'm covering more water with these jugs. So that's kind of my thinking on it. If you want to, you know, commercial guys, they run hundreds and hundreds of hooks. So that's, you know, that's a little bit different situation. But for the recreational guy, I honestly feel like your general jug fishing will produce you more fish at the end of the day. And not only that, it's fun. I mean, you get to see a big bobber go down. So I don't know, that's just kind of my thoughts, guys. You know, everybody's got their own opinion on it, but I run a lot of trout lines, so I'm definitely not biased from one or the other. But, you know, so be it. Alright, so we got this jug. He's drug this jug out towards the middle of the lake. Probably a good 60, 70 yards now. So we'll drive up to him and have a look-see what he is. He's either, I'm saying he's an eater. I'm in the big boat today because, well, I had it hooked up from crappie fishing. Guys, I've not been filming my crappie fishing because it didn't seem to get a lot of interest, but we have had a lot of new subscribers lately. So if you guys would like to see some crappie fishing, I crappie fish every weekend. I just haven't been filming it. So leave a comment, let me know, and I'll definitely start filming it again because I've been on some great fish. He just pulled that whole jug under twice, so this may be a good fish. Ooh, that may be a good fish. He's definitely a good fish. Sorry I couldn't get him in the camera, guys. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice fat channel. That's, well, everybody's been complaining about the weights lately, so I just happen to have a scale. Let's weigh this guy. Just see how much everybody's been saying I've been lying to you guys. So that fish is every bit of 30 inches long, roundabout. Anyway, 6.29 pounds. So 6.5 pounder. So that's a good fish there. All right, we'll throw him on the ice, get this thing rebaited, and there's another one over there going off. So we came out to the big lake. We're looking for big fish. It's a good sized fish. I mean, you know, a big channel, I would consider a big channel around here 10 pounds. So 7 pounders, I'll live with that. All right, so we're coming up to this jug here. It pulled it, I don't know, 60, 70, 50, 60 yards off the shoreline here. Let's see what he is here. Oh, come here, buddy. Now this fish has got some pull on it, guys. Is he just feisty? Yep, he's just feisty. Still lost that big one. Still lost that big one for you guys. As the skier goes right by me, not 30, 40 yards. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, guys. If you're a recreational boater, you see that dickhead over there cutting right in, don't be that guy. There's no sense for it. What he's doing right there. All right, we gotta go down there and get them other jugs. We're chasing him down now, guys. All right, I got my hook here. The hook really helps. All right, so there he is. Another nice eater. 2.5, 3 pound range. There we go. All right, so I know of now 5 jugs popping off, but I just absolutely hate coming out here because you can see I've got all the damn boat traffic. But it's productive with the fishing. But you get everybody wants to come see what them little red jugs are, and so they got to drive by your stuff. It's just something you got to deal with. All right, so this jug here is way out offshore. Everybody's trying to drive around it. They all got to have a look-see. It's got to be a decent fish. Yeah, he's pulling the jug under. That's a good one. That's about the size of the one I lost, guys. Alright, well, here's that big blued up male catfish. You can see that number 5 or 5/0, not number 5, but 5/0 circle hook. It got him just real good in the corner of the mouth. That's a good fish. That's 7 pounds. That's a good fish. So we are stacking them up, guys. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 of them. And I still haven't made it down there to where that guy in the boat just keeps doing donuts around my jugs. But I know I've got 2 more on there because I saw them, so we're doing all right. All right. I know the sun's in your face. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with other boats, but this guy is not hooked. Hey, he's hooked pretty good. He's been on here a minute. Alright, there he is. Woo! A lot of action today, guys, for a short time. There's another good one. Yep. 6 pounder or so. There you go, another nice fish. You can see how blue they are. These are all the males. They're male channel cats, but like I said, they're coming up to spawn, so. They got their spawning colors on. All right, so that one's got one, and that one way down there's got one on. All right, let's see what this one's got. I might be able to grab this one. Yep. Oh, I missed him. Haha. Pull it out of my hands, guys. Alright. Let's do it right. Let's do it right with the hook. Come here, buddy. good eater. Nothing giant, but good eater. Circle hook right in the corner of the mouth every time, guys. If you do not believe, you see all the boat wake I'm dealing with. If you do not believe in circle hooks, you are missing out. All right, that's 10. What's the one I let go? Still sorry about that. Coming up to another one here. Sorry, I know the sun's in your eyes. Let's see what we got here. This is a really good fish. He's pulling really hard. Yep, that's a really good one. We better dip him because I lost the last one I tried to sling in. Come here, buddy. Oh. Come here. There we go. All right. So there you go. Nice fish. All right, guys. Coming up through here on the second run, I got 3 fish going. This one here is the furthest out. I got 2 more over there. I could go live right now. This is a good day. Told myself I'm gonna wait till 7:30, so I'm gonna get these 3 fish. I'm gonna pick them up because I got not a lot of time. Let's see what this dude is right here. Another nice big male. Another good male. Good eater. Perfectly hooked. Alright, let's go get those other 2. Alright, so we're coming up to the next one here. Let's see what we got. What we got here? Another good eater. The average size has been very good today, guys. Probably in that 5-pound range. These fish are definitely coming up to spawn. Very, very good average. There you go. I've lost track of how many that we've caught. But I've got a 65-quart cooler that is about full. Alright, so I'm going through here, just kind of checking through the jugs, doing a drive-by. But I get a lot of people that ask questions about bleeding the catfish. I don't bleed catfish. I throw them in a cooler of ice. And you know, everybody says about the blood, oh, I got one going on out there towards the middle of the lake. So anyway, if you throw them on ice, what it does is they'll suck all the blood to the center of the fish, and then whenever you clean them, you won't end up with a bloody fish. It's just no different than you being cold. It just draws all that blood to them. So that's my method. You can bleed them if you want. I feel it's unnecessary if you have ice. So it's just a mess, you know. Get a cooler of ice, throw them in there, good to go. All right, guys, this very well could be big fish of the day, or it's just a real spunky guy because he pulled it, I don't know what, 300-400 yards offshore. It's a big fish.
a big fish. Let's see if I can't screw this up. Oh, it's a nice channel. He's hooked good. I can see the hook point. He's hooked good in the corner of the mouth. I'm actually going through picking up jugs right now. Let's see. Yeah. There he is. That's a nice fish. So we are whacking and stacking them today. Definitely not hurting the population by keeping these fish, but that's a good channel right there. That's a good one. We're gonna take them home and eat them. Coming up to another one, guys. They just keep going. What are you, buddy? Oh, no, come back. Come back. Come back. They are popping tonight, guys. Good deal. There's another one. I think we're over 20. I know we're over 20. I don't know how many over 20, but we're over 20. All right, coming up to the last jug of the night. It's got a fish on it. Let's see. Whoa, overshot it a little bit. Come here. See what we got. It's a good one. It's another good one, guys. All right, guys, here we go. Last fish of the night. I've still got some sun. Sun's just above the trees, so I can get back and get everything done before it gets too terrible dark. I want to thank everybody for watching this video, sticking with me, all the new subs and everybody else. I've got a legit 65 quart cooler full of fish. This was a very good evening. All right, guys, so whenever the harvest is too big for me to lift the cooler out of the boat like it is today, I just dump them in this other bucket. So we'll just count them here because I'm not really sure how many we got in here. I know I lost the one, so we'll go with 1, 2, there's a real nice one, 3, 13, 14, there's another really nice one, 15, there's a good one. Let's see, 16, I think 16 or 17. 18 fish, guys. There's 18 there. And I let one go. That would have been a keeper. So that would have been 19. And then there were 5 little ones, guys, that I did not film. Little bitty fiddlers. Pretty solid effort. You know, there's some good averages in there. I mean, those are good fish. Those are really nice fish there. But you know, many of you guys are going to ask about why I'm keeping so many. You know, so it's definitely not just for me. Many of you guys will understand. So I have a ton of trapping permissions, and you know, there is nothing better to secure your permission for next year than bring an old man bag of catfish, you know, that he is not able to go get nowadays. You can just really see the smile on his face, brings back memories, and you know, it's pretty nice too. I mean, you know, it's just ways to keep your permissions going. So that I give a lot of fish away, and that's, you know, that's where this is going. You know, we have quite a few fish fries during the year, you know, so it, you know, you get 15, 20 people eating fish, you know, that's only one fish a piece, so you know, it does go quickly. All right, so a couple of quick tips here on cleaning. So I'm at a fish cleaning station. This is a cleaning station provided by the Army Corps of Engineers. It's very handy. You know, they've got water here, you can dispose of your fish. It just makes it, you know, a lot easier than dealing with it at your own residence or whatever. So I use it as much as I can. They close them during the winter time, but they're open during the summer. So a couple little quick tips, and this may be common knowledge to those of you, but somebody may find it interesting. So like this fish cleaning station here, let me show you guys. It's got this stupid like angled stainless steel cutting area, and you can't, for one, your fish slides around so much, and it's angled. So one little thing to get around that is if you take a cutting board here and just add a little piece to it, you know, you get yourself a nice flat surface. I actually went to the, you know, the full extreme of measuring it and making sure it still had just a little bit of slope. That way the slime and stuff doesn't run back at you. As well as I like my cutting board further out past the table. That way I can get my knife blade off the edge, you know, and address the red meat on fish that need addressing. A couple other quick things. If your fish cleaning station's like this, it makes your life easier. If you're like this here, where they've got the water that turns on and off, got you a wood wedge, you can shove in there, keep that water running, as well as get you a bucket. I put a base on mine, so where it straddles the trough, and you drill you some holes in the top there, a couple inches down. You can throw your fish in there, keep your water running as you're cleaning, and your fish will circulate around real good. All the water will come out here and the fish won't, you know, float out. So that just helps too. So anyway, guys, I'll get to cleaning this fish here right quick, and then we'll be good to go. So some of my trapping buddies out there will appreciate this. So this is the fish cleaning station here at the boat ramp, and you guys can see here a very distinct trail right there. And what that is that is a coon trail that's coming into this fish cleaning station. You can see the opening. I don't know how many times I've come up here late at night and got fish clean, started shoving them down the chute, and a coon has actually popped up out of there. But you know, it'll start at about midnight whenever you're coming off the lake. But you guys can actually see here. Let me show you. You guys can see that's the trail that they're running. They've got a beat down trail in the dirt coming to these fish cleaning stations. So anyway, if you was to make a set right there, that would be set on sign. So anyway, guys, just thought some of you guys might enjoy that a little bit. All right, let's clean a fish. So I forgot to mention, guys, we talk a lot about fillet knives. You guys have seen I've got the Bubba cordless fillet knife. I like it for crappie. Whenever it comes to catfish and white bass, you can't beat corded. This is I think this thing is 6 or 7 years old. It's the Rapala heavy duty knife. I love this knife. The sucker has got some torque. I've been through a lot of catfish, a lot of white bass. If you guys have ever tried to clean a white bass, he's got super heavy rib bones in him, and it'll really work your knife. So anyway, these Rapala heavy duties, they're pretty good. I know there's a lot of other manufacturers, but this is one that I've went with. I went from the old American Anglers, the green ones that were real good before they changed them, to this. And I've been very satisfied. I know there's an American Angler and Bubba makes them all, but that's what I've used for several years. All right, so if you guys are new, here's how I clean my channel cat. If you guys have been around for a while, you've seen this, but you know, whatever. All right, so on the channel, there's a lot of yellow meat here. I don't bother with that. I take my knife, I come in at an angle from the dorsal fin, come in, you guys can see that line, that's where the ribs are. So we'll run our knife right down. With this channel, he's big enough, I'll just cut that off. We'll deal with the fillet here. So we'll just set this fish aside. We'll deal with this fillet. All right, so there's the old meat I was talking about. Now, catfish have red meat. Red meat's what tastes bad. So if you run your knife off the edge and hold it just a little high, you will get by that. You're not wasting any of that meat. You can see there's that red meat. I missed that one little spot right there. Very rarely do you hit it perfect every time, but we'll just address that. You're not wasting any meat right there. That's all bad tasting red meat. We'll come to the side of this fillet here. You can see it real good from this side here. There's that yellow meat. Cut that away. That's no good. We'll dress the mud vein right here. I just like to make a V cut. Just there. And we'll pull that mud vein right out of there. Now I like to prep my fish for frying right here, so I'm just going to go ahead, cut this fish into right now, and I'm going to go ahead, and with a size of fish like that, I'm going to cut them into 4 equal pieces. That way whenever we put them into the fryer, they'll fry up real nice and evenly. So that's that. One more time, full speed ahead here. Cut that red meat off. You guys can see no red meat. Hit that mud vein. Knock that yellow meat off. 4 equal pieces. There's your clean, dressed, ready to be fried catfish. Alright guys, so I got a ton of fish to clean here. You are way crooked again. Alright guys, so I got a ton of fish to clean here. I'm going to get to it. I want to thank everybody that has tuned in, continued watching, all the new guys. Welcome. I know we've been growing quite a bit here lately. Thank you for viewing. Like I said guys, hit that like button. Let me know you like these type of videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see. I really appreciate all the support lately. I hope you guys are finding these videos as educational as you are finding them entertaining. You know, I always strive to end my videos. I want them to be entertaining, but I also want a video to be educational enough where somebody can take something away from a video, you know. I've always kind of done that from the start of this channel. So anyway guys, I've preached enough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, we'll see you guys.